in Burma, religion may be hurting the country's democratic reforms. The rise of the ultra-nationalistic Buddhist group 969 and a fresh round of communal violence are just a few alarming signs. So are the country's democratic aspirations in jeopardy? Link Asia's contributor Kenneth Wong spoke to Ong Zaw, a prominent Burmese journalist, for some insights.
Ong Zaw describes what's happening to Burma as backsliding. One of the ominous signs is the proposed bill that seeks to deter interfaith marriages. According to this bill, Buddhist women who would like to marry men of other faiths will have to seek parental permission and permission from authorities before they can do so. It is spearheaded by the Buddhist conservative group 969, headed by this man, Wirathu, and backed by 1.3 million signatures from the public. President Thein Sein recently ordered a commission to draft the bill. I asked Ong Zaw what that bill says about women's rights and religious freedom.
This current proposed bill to the parliament is very controversial. Face a position from the activists and women rights activists, but I'm not sure about 1.3 million signatures. In Burma, the figures can be created anytime. But as you suggest, this has been supported by radical Buddhist monk Wirathu and his associates. They welcome the president's proposal and they thank him for that. We are going to the wrong direction again because since the outbreak of the violence in our country in 2012 and 2013 onward, and I've seen that regression in every front.
Now, this is quite a departure from 2007-3. If you remember, in the so-called Saffron Revolution, the Buddhist monk led a non-violent protest against the military regime in power at the time. And for their efforts, the monks gained respect and admiration from the international community. Today, we seem to be seeing another side of the Buddhist Sangha of Burma, characterized by Wirathu's anti-Muslim speeches, monk-led protests, and efforts to curb the religious minorities' rights. I asked Ong Zaw to explain this perplexing dichotomy.
I think when I speak to people inside the country, I think they're very disappointed with the trend is going in the direction in terms of 969 movement, the rise of radical elements within the Sangha associations, Sangha councils, and the rise of radical monks like Wirathu and his supporters. And one thing I want to tell you is they have politicians, radical elements, and funding behind them. So it is not just monks alone who are pushing that agenda. There are vested interests. There are people who are pushing that agenda with the very well-financed campaign and funding to drive to that direction. But you know, it is very clever for the politician to use religion as a tool to advance the goal, to divide the nation, and to destabilize the population, because they have their own hidden political agenda.
In Western Burma's Rakhine state, communal violence remains unabated. The government recently dismissed a UN report that charges that security forces were involved in an incident that killed about 40 Rohingya Muslim villagers. At the same time, the government has also suspended the operations of Doctors Without Borders, a non-profit group that is providing healthcare to the displaced people in the conflict-prone Rakhine region. The government says that its decision is prompted by the organization's perceived bias for the Muslims and the local Buddhist people's mistrust for the organization. I asked Ong Zaw to discuss the racially charged climate of this region.
We should be very careful covering these sensitive issues. And we also have to understand the feelings of the Arakanese and Rakhine, because they have an under siege mentality. Burma's neighbors are China, India, and Bangladesh. These three countries, our total population will be 2.7 billions. And you can see that there has been underlying, feeling among the Arakanese and the Burmese that one day the Buddhism will disappear. One day their race will be gone because of the people from neighboring countries are moving into Burma. That perception is very profound, and there has been also the profound fear.
Irrawaddy magazine editor Ong Zaw. He is the latest recipient of the Shorenstein Journalism Award from Stanford University's Asia Pacific Research Center. Kenneth Wong follows Burmese affairs for Link Asia.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.